One Piece is the greatest and longest-running story of all time. Many manga series have run for extended periods, but surpassing One Piece is no easy feat. However, One Piece contains numerous elements that can both fascinate and perplex fans. There are instances that don't make much sense, and some plot holes that you might not have even considered. Anyone who started watching One Piece likely noticed the first plot hole in Chapter 1, where Shanks loses his arm to a sea monster. Considering how Shanks uses Conqueror's haki so impressively, it's puzzling that he, a Yonko, loses his arm to such a mediocre monster. Luffy, on the other hand, defeats a sea monster with a single punch when leaving his village, despite Shanks having a bounty of over 1 billion berries at that time. The power level discrepancy became more evident when Shanks defeated Kid in a single attack. In an interview, Oda-sensei mentioned that the idea of Shanks losing his arm was suggested by an editor to add drama to the chapter's ending. It doesn't seem plausible for a sea monster to take Shanks' arm unless Shanks intentionally allowed it to inspire Luffy. Then there's the Baroque Works, a secret organization aiming to take over Alabasta, which failed to recognize Princess Vivi, even though she was working undercover within their ranks. Just putting on or removing glasses shouldn't disguise someone to the extent that they become unrecognizable. Yet no one noticed Vivi, not even in Chapter 103 when she was introduced as Miss Wednesday. Height inconsistencies also exist in the One Piece world. For instance, Zoro's height compared to Odin's is almost half, yet they both use the same sword. Additionally, the manga revealed in Chapter 169 that there are only 5 flying devil fruits, but several characters like Marco the Phoenix, Pell, and the Wing King defy this limit. Some characters, like Kaido and Robin, can fly without wings, suggesting Oda-sensei might have changed his mind later. A long-standing rule in One Piece is that devil fruit users cannot swim, yet there are scenes where this rule is contradicted. For example, Mr. 3 is shown swimming despite being a devil fruit user, and Kinemon surfaces from underwater to hide from enemies. These inconsistencies might be animation errors rather than manga mistakes, but they still don't make sense. Sanji's knowledge about devil fruits is also contradictory. He claims ignorance about devil fruit users' inability to swim when Luffy defeats Don Krieg, but later says he researched devil fruits extensively in his childhood. Zombie appearances are another oddity. In the Thriller Bark arc, all zombies have stitches and bandages due to Hogback's experiments. However, in the Marineford arc, when Moria spawns zombies, they also have bandages despite no experimentation from Hogback. Kaido, one of the strongest characters in One Piece, repeatedly attempts suicide but fails every time because of his immense power. In Chapter 795, he tries to kill himself by jumping from a sky island. One might wonder why he didn't simply jump into the sea if he wanted to die so badly, given that devil fruit users can't swim. The world government, despite knowing Luffy's threat level and his lineage as a D-clan member, didn't take decisive action to capture him until he became extremely powerful. His wearing of Roger's straw hat should have been a significant clue to the government. Although they sent agents after him, they never took the threat seriously. Haki, a powerful ability in the One Piece world, was kept under wraps during the pre-time skip. Many characters, including those Yuffie fought against, should have had knowledge of Haki, but it wasn't mentioned until much later. Design changes also occur, like Kaido's evolving appearance from his initial introduction to Chapter 693. This might not be a plot hole but could indicate a design change by Oda-sensei. The world government's suppression of information about Rox D. Zebek, a pirate with a crew including 3 Yonkos, seems unrealistic. Such a powerful figure and his notorious crew would have been well known. Yet the government managed to erase almost all information about him. When Luffy and Zoro talk about going to Sky Island, many characters laugh at the idea, despite several characters already having visited it. The island's mysterious nature is overplayed since there are safer routes to get there. Chopper, despite his significant potential, has an insultingly low bounty. The world government seems to regard him merely as the Straw Hat's pet, ignoring his abilities even after he defeats a CP9 agent. One Piece often portrays death scenes emotionally, but there are many fake death scenarios. Characters like Pell, who survives an explosion, and Kinemon, who survives being cut in half multiple times, continue to appear alive and well. This undermines the impact of death in fights. In summary, One Piece is filled with mysterious elements and plot holes that challenge its internal logic. Nonetheless, these quirks contribute to its unique charm. As fans, we speculate and theorize about these mysteries, adding to the rich tapestry of the One Piece world.